Here's a shocking fact, guys. According to PNC Bank, 67% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, and that's up from 63% last year. And I'm not just talking about minimum wage workers, I'm talking about people with good jobs, nice houses, and cars they can't afford. And think about it like this: if your next paycheck didn't come in, are you still able to afford rent, groceries, and bills? A lot of Americans can't. So listen to some of these stats, guys. They're actually pretty alarming. 1 in 3 Americans has $0 in savings right now. Just think about that. Also, nearly half of Americans couldn't afford a $1,000 emergency fund. If something happened tomorrow, they wouldn't be able to come up with $1,000. Also, what's alarming is that in America, the savings rate is currently, do you know what it is? It's currently under 4%. Forget about early retirement. Most people are just trying to survive now and retire 40, 50 years. This channel is about reversing that and retiring early, and stick around because we're going to talk about that later. So we have to remember where we're coming from, guys. In 2020, we saw inflation go absolutely out of control because of COVID and for other reasons too. The government just started to print money, and you are now seeing the effects grow even worse over time. Since 2020, rent is up 30% in America. Groceries are up 25%, and gas and utilities are up 30 to 40%, and wages, real wages in the US have not kept up with this crazy inflation, leading to budgets being squeezed tighter and tighter. So there's no wonder why so many Americans are still struggling today from the COVID inflation. There's a lot of factors outside of our control, like inflation, like interest rates, but there's also a lot of factors within our control, because with all that being said, Americans are still swiping their credit cards at a crazy rate, and so many people are doing that when they can't even pay off their credit card every single month. In fact, guys, I don't know if you saw this stat recently, the average person who holds a credit card in the US, do you know how much debt they carry from month to month? It's on average $7,000. Think about that. I would like to think of myself as a responsible credit card owner. I pay off my credit card every single month. I do take advantages of the perks, the airline lines. I totally get it. But so many people are swiping their credit card and they can't afford what they're buying. That is completely within your control. So I think that there's a few different reasons, guys, why people are living paycheck to paycheck at an alarming rate, 67%. The number one reason that I believe that this is happening is lifestyle creep, right? As soon as someone gets a raise, what is it? Nicer boat, nicer house, nicer cars. Instead of stocking that money away and saving for their future and investing, so many people want to try to keep up with the Joneses. You hear this all the time from Dave Ramsey, and a lot of books and podcasts talk about this principle. But the reality is, guys, you are responsible for controlling your financial future. Stop trying to impress people. There's so many people out there doing this. Stop trying to impress and take care of your finances first. You can do that stuff later. If you build up enough assets and buy stocks and real estate and have those dividends and cash flow come in, you can go out and buy the Lambo, but do that first. Have that discipline. So I do think that there's another factor at play here for why so many people are falling deeper and deeper into debt and are living paycheck to paycheck. And I believe it's because of this. So many people are financially illiterate. If you're listening to this video right now and you're watching, you're probably at least on some level financially literate. You probably have read some books, you probably have listened to some podcasts, and you understand what a budget is, right? What interest rates are, what inflation is. But so many people out there don't understand these core concepts. Maybe it's parents to blame, maybe it's the school system, but I believe so many people would benefit from just basic financial literacy. So guys, what is the escape plan? How do you get from living paycheck to paycheck, struggling financially, to all of a sudden it turns around, your life changes forever, and you can do whatever you want on your own terms, on your own time, because you're financially free. If you don't want to work on a Wednesday, you don't have to go into the office. You can walk into your boss's office tomorrow and quit. So how do you do this? I believe it's as simple as this: spending way less than you make, way less, investing the difference for a long period of time, and then reaping those benefits later. On this channel, we talk about buying dividend stocks, dividend ETFs, growth ETFs, and also real estate. Those are the two most powerful asset classes, in my opinion, to grow your long-term wealth and increase your net worth. On this channel, I'm trying to reach $10,000 per month in passive income from stocks and from real estate. We're currently at about 460. If you've been following along, first of all, thank you. And if you haven't, hit subscribe. But we're hitting these milestones. So slowly but surely, we've increased that amount pretty much weekly at this point, but 460 out of 10,000. And the goal, by the time I'm 40 years old, I want to retire early with $10,000 per month coming in. I then don't have to work. I can pursue passion projects. I could spend more time with my family, traveling, but that's the goal. And I have a really solid strategy to get there because I'm intentional with my money. That's such an underrated thing today, right? Dave Ramsey does talk about this. I do respect Dave. I don't agree with everything he says, but what he does say is this: spend way less than you make, like I said before. Have a monthly written budget. So many people do not know where their monthly funds are going, right? They get their paycheck and all of a sudden it's out the door. They're spending on their credit card, car payments, student loans. There's so many things that are happening and they do not know what's going on. But that is the key, truly the key. Spending way less than you make, investing the difference. Start small. Even if you can start with just $500 per month in a Roth IRA, your future self is going to thank you. But the sad reality is, guys, for the majority of Americans, they'll never be able to turn their lives around and stop the crazy spending, stop the keeping up with the Joneses, the nicer cars, the nicer houses, because they have that lifestyle creep. And it's unfortunate, but those who are disciplined, right? If you're watching this video right now, like I said, you're probably financially literate on some level. But for those of us who are disciplined out there, who are buying assets, who are not keeping up with the Joneses, saving a lot of money, we're going to come out ahead. I promise you it's going to work. Keep following along this journey. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you guys. Stay tuned for more. I put out pretty much 2 videos every single week. We're just getting started here. The future's so bright. Thank you all so much. I'm out.